Right off the bat, we need to adjust how we frame supplements in general, because this is where most people get it wrong. They're asking the question, what should I take? When the question they should be asking is, am I doing the basics properly? Because until you get those fundamentals down pat, then there's no reason to be looking at supplements. Not yet. Nothing else matters until you get that part right. Picture your results like a pyramid. At the bottom, the foundation of it all, is where almost all of your progress comes from. That foundation is training, it's nutrition, sleep, and consistency. Those four things in conjunction with each other will get you 90 to 95% of the way if you use them correctly. That's it. 4 fucking things. 95%. Not supplements. No secrets, no training hacks, just the 4 basic fundamentals of a true fitness lifestyle. Those 4 things, plus time, will turn you into a fucking monster. Then above that is the next layer. We've got things like optimization. Is your form correct? Are you isolating the muscle properly? You've got timing, proper rest periods, correct amount of break time between each set. How much time is the muscle under tension during the rep? And fine tuning. Simple adjustments that can account for as small as 1 to 3% of your form and help you lock in an astronomical amount more form-wise and dial in that mind-muscle connection. Then, after all that, at the top of the pyramid, accounting for a maximum of 5% of your gains and results is supplements. The other 95% is everything down. That's where most of your results are going to come from. So if you don't have that 95% dialed the fuck in, supplements aren't going to do shit for you and you're just throwing your money away. So when someone is focusing on supplements first, they're essentially building the pyramid upside down. And they're not going to have a strong, consistent base and foundation to build upon. So let's start with training. That's the biggest part of the foundation of your pyramid. If your training is not consistent, if it's not progressive, if your training isn't structured, you will not build the muscle you want to build. It doesn't matter what supplements you take. If you're not applying progressive overload, your body has no reason to adapt. Your muscles have no reason to grow. They have no reason to get stronger. You have to give your muscles an obstacle that they need to get bigger and stronger to tackle in order for them to have a reason to do so. That means adding weight over time, adding reps, doing 4 sets instead of 3, improving your technique, increasing your volume when appropriate. If that's not happening, nothing else matters, because no supplements will replace the actual muscle stimulus required for hypertrophy. Ever. Period. Exclamation point. Comma. Semicolon. Next in the base foundation is nutrition. This is where most people will fall short, me included, because supplements are often used to try and patch up bad nutrition. But unfortunately, there's no amount of supplements that will outlift a bad diet. If you're not eating enough protein, managing your calorie intake, and properly fueling your training, then you're not giving your body the fuel it needs to build muscle, properly recover, and perform beyond expectation. Protein is the big one here too. If your protein intake is too low, if your muscles are underfueled, you're going to limit your muscle growth drastically. No supplement can fix that. Calories are important here too. If you're pushing your body trying to build muscle in a significant caloric deficit over long term, significant muscle growth is not going to happen very effectively. And on the flip side of that, trying to lose fat in a significant calorie surplus isn't going to work either. You have to be properly fueled for the appropriate goal you're shooting for. Nutrition sets the environment for all of this to take place. Supplements do not and cannot override that. Then we've got sleep, which I harp on all the fucking time with you guys. You know this. Sleep is key. Sleep is where your body actually recovers, where it repairs the muscles you beat the shit out of daily, where your muscle fibers actually grow. You can train perfectly. Your nutrition can be dialed in. But if you're sleeping 5 hours a night or less, have an inconsistent sleep schedule, or just poor quality sleep in general, you guys are leaving gains on the table. You're literally limiting your own results. Your hormones are affected, your recovery is affected, your performance is affected. Everything drops. And what do people do instead when this happens? They look for a supplement to fix it, instead of just fixing the sleep itself. That's backwards. And again, putting the tip of the pyramid as the base instead. Then there's your consistency. This is the multiplier, because even a perfect program doesn't work if you're not consistent with it, if you don't stick to it. The people who get the best results aren't the ones with the most advanced plans or complicated workouts or most expensive supplements. It's the ones who are showing up consistently every day, training week after week after week, staying patient, putting in the work, repeating the basics, and focusing on the fundamentals. It's boring. It's boring. It is. It's boring training that way. It's not exciting, but it works. Simple, basic, boring, and consistent. It works. It's not sexy, but that shit will get you fucking jacked. That's what builds results. Not 2-week stints of intensity, not motivation spikes, just boring day in, day out consistency. I'll see this shit all the fucking time. Someone whose training is inconsistent, who eats randomly and can't stick to a plan, who sleeps like dog shit, and then they ask me, what supplements should I be taking? Bro, food, sleep, and consistency. Those are the 3 supplements you need. Oh, they don't have that in a powder? Then I guess you're fucked. It's like trying to upgrade your car's paint job when the fucking engine doesn't work. And you've got the doors hanging off and it's leaking oil and you're worried about the fucking window tint. Brother, you need to get back to the basics and just make sure there's fucking air in the tires. It's the wrong focus. It's the wrong mindset. And this is why people will waste most time and money. Why does this happen? And why does it happen so fucking often? Why do people continue to skip the basics if it's so fucking easy? Well, like I said earlier, the basics aren't sexy. They're not exciting. It's so simple, it's boring. It's so simple, people don't believe it works. There's nothing flashy about just eating enough protein, going to bed on time, and doing the same lifts consistently. Some people don't like routine. It scares the shit out of them. I take great fucking comfort in a routine. I run the same workout schedule every week for months. Up to 6 months at a time sometimes, before I'll change things up. Because it's simple, it's easy to stick to, and it works. But for some people, it's too much. It's too boring. And supplements feel exciting. They feel like progress, even when they're not. And that's a trap that a lot of people will fall into, especially those who are just starting out. So here's the mindset you need to adopt when it comes to this stuff. Before you ever throw $1 down on any supplement, ask yourself, have I earned the right to use this? Meaning, am I training consistently? Am I progressing? Is my nutrition dialed in? Am I sleeping properly? If the answer to any of these is no, then you don't need a supplement. You need to fix the foundation. Work on that until you can answer the questions again the correct way. Because that's where the real results are. Once you've got that locked in, okay, now we can talk about what supplements might work for you. Because if you just focused on training properly, eating well, sleeping enough, and staying consistent, you would get 90 to 95% of your progress, of your possible ideal results. But if you took all the supplements in the world and ignored those 4 basic fundamentals, you would get almost nothing. So the takeaway here is that supplements are not the starting point. They are the finishing touch, the Salt Bae. They can enhance what's already working, but they don't fix what's broken or patch up a bad foundation. And if you can wrap your head around that, you will save a ton of money and get better results in the long run. So, now that we know that much of the entire supplement industry is a scam, is there anything to it that actually does work?